Salt. It's a simple mineral, yet it holds a world of meaning within its tiny crystals. We find it on our tables, a staple in every household. We sprinkle it on our food, enhancing flavors and making meals more enjoyable. But did you know that salt holds deep spiritual significance? It's mentioned numerous times in the Bible, each reference rich with meaning. The Bible speaks of salt often, weaving it into stories and teachings that have shaped faith for millennia. It's more than just a seasoning, it's a powerful symbol, representing various aspects of our spiritual journey. It represents covenant, purity, and even our purpose as Christians. Salt was used in ancient covenants, symbolizing the enduring and unbreakable nature of agreements. Join me as we uncover the profound meaning of salt in the Bible. We will delve into its historical context and spiritual symbolism. Let's discover how its timeless lessons can still speak to our lives today. The teachings of salt are as relevant now as they were thousands of years ago. Salt has been valued for centuries, not just for its culinary uses but for its symbolic meanings. It has played a vital role in human history, from ancient salt mines to trade routes that spanned continents. From preserving food to healing wounds, salt has always been essential. Its preservative qualities made it invaluable in times before refrigeration. But its importance goes beyond the physical. In many cultures, salt was used in spiritual rituals, symbolizing purity and protection. The Bible uses salt to teach us about our relationship with God and with each other. It's a metaphor for the influence we should have in the world. Think about the taste of unsalted food. It's bland, almost tasteless. Without salt, food lacks its full potential. Salt brings out the flavor, enhancing and elevating the taste of every dish. It makes food more enjoyable, just as our presence should bring joy and meaning to the lives of those around us. In the same way, we are called to be salt in the world. Our actions and words should enhance and preserve the goodness in society. We are meant to bring out the best in others, to support and uplift them in their journey. We are to make a positive impact on the world around us, just as salt makes a positive impact on food. This journey through the scriptures will reveal the multifaceted nature of salt. We will explore its various uses and meanings. We'll see how this simple element holds profound spiritual truths, guiding us in our faith and actions. Get ready to discover the remarkable significance of salt. It's a journey that will deepen your understanding of the Bible and your role in the world. It's time to uncover your role as salt in God's world. Embrace the calling to be a positive influence, preserving and enhancing the goodness around you. In the book of Numbers, we encounter a fascinating use of salt. This isn't just a trivial mention or a minor detail. It carries profound significance that echoes through the ages. It's not about seasoning food or preserving meat, as we might commonly think of salt today. Instead, it serves a much more symbolic and spiritual purpose. It's about something much deeper: covenant. A covenant that binds, a promise that endures, and a relationship that remains unbroken. Numbers 18:19 speaks of a covenant of salt. This isn't just any covenant, it's a sacred agreement that holds immense weight and meaning. This covenant is between God and the Levites. It establishes their role and significance within the spiritual community. It designates them as priests, chosen to serve and uphold the sacred traditions and laws. The use of salt in this covenant is significant. Salt, in ancient times, was a precious commodity, symbolizing purity, preservation, and endurance. Salt represents something that is binding, enduring, and unbreakable. It signifies a promise that is meant to last forever, unaltered by time or circumstance. Just as salt preserves food from decay, this covenant ensures the permanence of God's promise. It is a divine assurance that His word and commitment will never falter. He will always provide for His people. This provision is not just physical sustenance, but also spiritual nourishment and guidance. This concept of a covenant sealed in salt speaks volumes about God's faithfulness. It is a testament to His unwavering dedication and love for His people. He is a God who keeps His promises. Every word He speaks is true, and every promise He makes is fulfilled. He is a God who remains true to His word. His faithfulness is a cornerstone of our faith, a foundation upon which we can build our lives. This covenant reminds us that God's love for us is unwavering. It is a love that transcends time and space, a love that is eternal and unchanging. His commitment to us is unshakable. No matter the trials or tribulations we face, His promise remains steadfast. Today, we too are in a covenant with God through Jesus Christ. This new covenant is a continuation and fulfillment of the ancient promises. This new covenant is also marked by unwavering faithfulness. Through Jesus, we are assured of God's eternal love and grace. It's a promise of love and grace that will never fade. It is a covenant that offers us hope, redemption, and a future filled with His presence. Just as salt preserves and endures, God's love for us remains constant and true. It is a love that we can rely on, a promise that we can trust, and a covenant that we can cherish forever. Beyond covenant, salt also possessed healing properties in biblical times. In 2 Kings, we witness a powerful example of this. The prophet Elisha uses salt to heal a contaminated spring. The people of Jericho approach Elisha with a problem. Their water is bad. It is causing miscarriages and even death. Elisha asks for a new bowl. He fills it with salt. Then he instructs the people to pour the salt into the spring. Miraculously, the water is healed. This story highlights the purifying and restorative power of salt. Just as salt purifies water, God's grace cleanses us from sin. It makes us whole again. The healing power of salt points to a deeper truth. We serve a God who heals. He heals our bodies, our hearts, and our souls. He offers us restoration and wholeness. Salt, in its simplicity, reminds us of God's power to heal and make things new. It serves as a tangible reminder of His ability to transform even the most dire situations. Just as Elisha healed the contaminated spring, God can bring healing and restoration to our lives. If you find this message inspiring, please like, subscribe, and share it with others. Section 4. Salt and Sacrifice. The significance of salt in offerings and worship. Salt's importance in the Bible extends to worship as well. In the book of Leviticus, God instructs Moses about the sacrifices. Salt was an essential part of these offerings. Every offering made to the Lord had to be seasoned with salt. Why was salt so important in worship? It speaks to the idea of purity and preservation. Salt was used to purify sacrifices, making them acceptable to God. It also symbolized the covenant between God and His people. Just as salt seasoned the sacrifices, our worship should be seasoned with gratitude, reverence, and love for God. Our lives should be living sacrifices, offered to Him with a pure and sincere heart. Imagine the aroma of those ancient sacrifices, seasoned with salt and offered up to God. Our worship, too, should be a pleasing aroma to Him. It should be a heartfelt expression of our love and devotion. Section 5. The Salt of the Earth. Understanding Jesus' profound metaphor. Perhaps the most well-known reference to salt in the Bible comes from Jesus Himself. This simple yet profound metaphor has layers of meaning that have resonated through the centuries. In Matthew chapter 5, verse 13, Jesus tells His followers, "You are the salt of the earth." This declaration is not just a casual statement, it is a powerful affirmation of the role and responsibility of His followers. This statement is both a compliment and a challenge. It acknowledges the inherent value and potential within each person while also calling them to live up to that potential. Jesus is telling us that we have a purpose. We are not here by accident. We are here to fulfill a divine mission. We are meant to make a difference in the world. Our actions, no matter how small, can have a significant impact on those around us. Just as salt adds flavor and preserves, we are called to bring out the best in others and be agents of preservation in a decaying world. Salt was a valuable commodity in ancient times, used not only for seasoning but also for preserving food, which was crucial for survival. But Jesus also issues a warning. He cautions us about the dangers of losing our distinctiveness and effectiveness. He says, "But if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again?" This rhetorical question underscores the importance of maintaining our unique qualities and staying true to our purpose. It is no longer good for anything, except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot. This stark imagery serves as a sobering reminder of the consequences of failing to live up to our calling. This is a stark reminder that we must retain our distinctiveness as Christians. Our faith and values should set us apart and guide our actions. We cannot become so much like the world that we lose our flavor, our ability to influence and preserve. In today's fast-paced and ever-changing world, it is easy to get caught up in the trends and lose sight of our core values. Jesus' words are as relevant today as they were then. The principles He taught are timeless and continue to provide guidance and inspiration for people of all ages. We are called to be salt in a world that desperately needs flavor and preservation. Our presence should enhance and uplift those around us, making the world a better place. We are to be a light, shining in the darkness, pointing others to the hope and love found in Christ. Just as a small light can illuminate a dark room, Our actions and words can bring hope and encouragement to those in need. By living out our faith authentically and passionately, we can inspire others to seek the truth and embrace the love of Christ. Our lives should be a testament to the transformative power of God's grace. In a world that often feels divided and fragmented, we have the opportunity to be agents of unity and reconciliation. By embodying the principles of love, compassion, and justice, we can bridge gaps and build stronger communities. Every act of kindness, no matter how small, contributes to the greater good. Whether it's lending a helping hand, offering a listening ear, or standing up for what is right, we can make a difference. Let us take to heart the profound metaphor of being the salt of the earth. Let us strive to live lives that are flavorful, preserving, and illuminating, reflecting the love and grace of Jesus in all that we do. As we go forth, may we remember our calling and embrace the responsibility that comes with it. Let us be the salt and light that the world so desperately needs, shining brightly and making a lasting impact. If you found this message meaningful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others. Let's spread the word and make a positive impact together.